So I've been asking for ChatGPT's help, and it's been pretty much a success. And I had a ton of organic Thai basil, local from the farmer's market, which is what's in here. And we're gonna make a Thai basil pesto. Now you're probably wondering, why is it all white? Well, I also made, between ChatGPT and me, we collabing, right? We're a team. A mayonnaise. I said, you know what? Make me a raw vegan mayo that tastes like close to the real thing. So creamy AF using black salt. So that's what I just did. And then I threw everything in here. So we've got raw pine nuts. We've got a 2-year aged tamari. We've got some raw garlic and my probiotic pickle brine instead of the citrus that it called for. And it called for olive oil. I don't tend to like to use olive oil for most things. I mean, I avoid oil period, but I have this hemp oil, which I used. So I threw some of that in there and then a little bit of salt. We're gonna give this a whirl. Now, this is the first time that I'm using this. It's a Ninja smoothie bowl and extractor. So it can do nut butters, pâtés, nice cream, ice cream, smoothies. It's got an 1100 watt motor, and I was searching and searching, and the reason why is because, and then now that I'm rolling solo, I don't have like the biggest kitchen, as you could see, and I don't love having like everything on the countertop. So I was like, I need something compact, but it needs to be powerful. Like I have this other personal blender and food processor, and it's just not very powerful. And one time I tried to make like a raw cheesecake, and it was a total just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing, right? So between my own needs and for other people that are busy, single, like to keep things decluttered on their kitchen, like smaller items, I was like, wow. There were a few that I looked into, and I ended up going with this one. So basically you can see on top here, it's like a tamper. So like the Vitamix, you can open it up and tamp it, but it's got sort of like these, the blades are like this, and so it churns. And that's why, between how powerful it is and having this mechanism right here, it helps to really move that food around. Because what you will notice if you've ever tried with personal blenders, the food sort of just spins in that same spot, but this can really move the food around. So the mayo turned out really, really creamy. I did process it twice. There is a setting on here. There's different things that you could do between, like, is it a drinkable texture versus a spoonable texture? So, oh, and the other thing, because this is literally going to be my second time using it, due to the fact that it has a really strong motor, it is loud AF. And I was like up here doing the settings. I turned it on. I was like, oh my gosh. So I got my earplugs, which I am going to use. And, you know, I did read it on the reviews, but I totally forgot, right? But yeah, if you want something strong, plus it's mini, it is going to be louder. Because, you know, the Vitamix isn't very quiet. But, you know, when I just want to make like single serve items, or I do want to make like a cheesecake, but it's a single serve, I don't want to bust out the Vitamix to do that. I mean, I'd love to not use the Vitamix at all, but you know, we'll see how it goes. So the recipe does say to drizzle the oil as you're blending, but because this is not that type of blender, I went ahead and put it in already, but fingers crossed. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, so here's how it turned out. It smells amazing. Now mine is gonna look creamier because I had that added little bit of mayo in there, and I could have stopped it sooner, but I saw chunks. So I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay that it's more like a pesto sauce, right? Let's see if it pours out easily. I love using my kraut jars, reusing them. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. Definitely packs that basil punch. So I'm going to get it poured in here, and then I'll give it a quick taste so that y'all know what it tastes like. Okay, so here's how much was in that. That was 2 cups of Thai basil. Look how beautiful green that is. It started to oxidize pretty fast though. You could see it's starting to turn dark green, but let's give it a taste. I've got a little baby cauliflower and celery. Let's see how good ChatGPT be. Than I thought it would be, which is interesting because it smells really, really strong. think it does need some citrus. So I might squeeze in a little lime. Oh, you know what would be good? Probably some nutritional yeast. That might have more umami, maybe a little more soy, a little more nutrition, or some nutritional yeast for more of that umami that the Parmesan would usually have. Because I don't think the pine nuts really delivered that aspect as much. But it's a great base recipe that you can sort of play around with. And you know what's good about it? Is that it's light, so you might want to turn it into a dressing, or maybe you just want, you know, a hint of basil. But it doesn't overtake the recipe. This jar, by the way, not only is it cute, leek kraut. St. Pete Ferments at the St. Pete Farmers Market, she has the most unique and amazing. This was one of my favorites, and she has like a dilly green bean. Oh my gosh, the beans are out of this flipping world, but the brine is so good. I don't know why. It's like a pickle brine, but even better. It's got a slight beaniness to it, but oh, it's so good. Her ferments and her booches are amazing as well. But anyways, y'all, Thai basil pesto. I think it's kind of unique because most people use regular basil. And the recipe will be below. Let me know your thoughts, any ideas, any other collab ideas, because I'm having fun. I'm liking this, so who knows how many more I'll do. Ciao.